My name is Jacob Birch, and today I'm going to walk you through a few simple steps of how to tie two different kind of knots for a dress tie. First, we're going to have the half Windsor, followed by the full Windsor. Now, a few things you need to know about wearing a tie is, first of all, men, you will always need to tie a tie. It doesn't matter whether it's your graduation, your job interview, your wedding, it does not matter. You will always need to tie a tie. And ladies, don't think that this is only for men. You will also need to learn how to tie a tie because, to be honest, most men don't know how. And if you can, you will be awesome. And just remember, you have dads, sons, brothers, husbands. It does not matter. It helps. And you know what? If you want to wear a tie yourself, you go for it. You wear that tie. So, we're going to start off with the half Windsor. The half Windsor is going to be more of a casual knot, if you will. It's going to be used more for like a business casual look. So the shirt doesn't have to be the dressiest, the tie doesn't have to be the thickest. Today I'm actually going to use a thin tie. It's more of a modern style tie for both knots actually. So it's going to look a little strange for the Windsor, but for the half Windsor this is exactly what you're looking for. So we're going to start out with, we're going to have the short end on the left and the long end on the right. Or as I'll refer to it in this video, the thin end on the left and the thick end on the right. You'll start out by crossing the wide end over the other, like so. Alright? Now you have three regions here. You've got your left, your right, and your center. Remember that I am a mirror image, so if it seems a little confusing, that's why I'm pointing that out. Left, right, center. Good. Alright, so we're going to take once again, we're going to take the thick end and we're going to go over the thin end, okay? Now once you're here, you can just kind of let it hang over the right arm. I try and let things hang because it just helps you go step by step and remember where you are. Now, you'll actually take the wide end and you'll go underneath the narrow end from left to right. So you're going to go right back the way you came, just on the opposite side. Once you're here, you actually are going to bring it over your center region, okay? Now, this part right here, I like to put two fingers in the middle and just cross it over those two fingers. I call this the bridge. So essentially what you're doing is this part right here is very important because it's going to be the front of the knot. It's the most viewed part, so you want to make sure it stays flat, it stays nice, and whenever you actually create your knot, know that this is the front of your tie. So, once you're here, you're going to take the tie and you're going to go underneath, if I can get it, sorry about that. You'll actually go underneath and leave it there so you have your bridge, and you're going to bring it in the hole you've created right here at the neck, back through the center region from behind. So, once you're at this point, you just kind of let it hang there, and then you'll just need to know that the thick end that you're getting ready is going to go through the bridge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring that thick end right through the bridge, and when you get here, you don't need to pull super tight, because if you do, it's going to make your knot very small, especially with the tie like I'm using today. So what I like to do is I like to pull it up to the necktie, just gently back and forth, and then from here, you can tighten it to the size you want. So I usually give it a few good tugs, retighten back up to the neck there, and there you have it. Now, most ties have a loop from behind, and that's actually what you can feed the thin piece through. Just kind of holds it all together. If you have a tie tab, that's even better because it just makes everything look really nice and just put together, if you will. So, at this point is when you would, make sure you're looking fly. You pop your collar back down, make sure everything's not wrinkled, which this is very much so wrinkled, so I'm not that fly today. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to actually just go ahead and untie this tie and get ready to go into the Windsor knot. Now the Windsor knot is a more formal knot, if you will. You're going to use it for more of a business attire, less than business casual. Also, most formal occasions, you would go with the Windsor. Don't forget, there's so many knots that you can tie. You don't have to go with the Windsor or the half Windsor. These are just two of the more simple ones that I like to use. So at the beginning, we're going to have the wide end on the right and the thin end on the left. So you're going to take the wide end and you'll cross over the other end. Once again, you have your three regions. You've got your left, your right, and your center. So your wide end is here, and you're going to actually bring it under the narrow end to the center region. Okay? Now, once this is in the center region, I like to hold it back here with my thumb. And then you're going to take the wide end and bring it over the right region, here. Okay? And then back underneath, and you're going to pull it down. Okay, so basically what you're forming is the basis of your knot. Okay? Now, you're going to take the wide end once again, and go underneath the narrow end from right to left. So you've got this over here. Okay. Now this time we're going to go up through the front, and you're going to take the thick end and go up through the center region. Alright, and you'll bring the wide end straight down. Okay. Now, this is your two sides for the knot. So you're going to want to adjust this a little bit and make sure it looks good, because it's going to be the shape of your final knot. Once you're at this point, you have the thin end here, the thick end is underneath, and the tie should look backwards. Okay? So once you're at this point, you're going to take the wide end, and then you're going to go from around to the right side here, straight across, and once again, you're creating that bridge. Okay? So you'll go straight down to the left end and bring it back into the center area. Okay, this is when the tie gets more simple once again. All you're going to need to do here is you're going to actually go back up, okay, and you're going to come through this center section, through the bridge, if you will. Alright, so I like to add one more loop in there. As you can see, it makes the tie just a little bit thicker, and I think it looks a little better, to be honest. So once you're here, once again, don't pull super tight. You don't need it to be at this point. You'll go ahead and put it up to your neck, get adjusted, make sure everything looks good, and then you can change the size from here. So you just kind of tug a few times. Now, you want everything to be even, so make sure that on both sides here, your tie is going to come straight down evenly. If there is a dimple here with this tie, it's very hard to get a dimple because it's such a small tie and a thin tie. So normally you can create a dimple right here. So you just want to make sure everything's centered, nothing's twisted, everything looks nice, organized, good to go. So once again, you can use your tie tab, or you can just go ahead and slip down in between the slot here. And then this is when you get to look in the mirror and, check yourself out for a few minutes. So, pop your collar down, make sure everything looks good, organize it, get everything together, and there you are. You have a tie. I even was able to create a small dimple. I'm very proud of that. So, today I've been able to show you how to tie two different kinds of knots. You first got to see the half Windsor followed by the full Windsor. Remember, you don't have to follow these knots. There's many different ways, and as I demonstrated today, sometimes you can just make it your own. Just do what you need to do to get the knot and the look you want. But today you have a basis for how to tie a tie, and you'll never have to ask someone to do it again. You've got it. Thank you very much for paying attention and listening, and I hope that this was definitely educational for you. Have a good day. Thank you.